What would you do if you turned on your Huepar self-leveling laser level and it started beeping like this? Well, your initial assumption might be that your laser level is not sitting flat and it is tilted past the limits that activate the alarm tone. For this Huepar SO4CG model, any tilt over 3.5 degrees from true level will activate the alarm. But what if your laser level is sitting on a level horizontal surface and the alarm tone is still sounding? It could be that the display is out of calibration and requires reset. As you can see from the readings on my laser level, even though it is sitting flat, the x-axis is showing a negative 1.4 degrees and the y-axis is showing 4.1 degrees, whereas they should both be reading 0 or close to it. Now, there is something I can do to bring the readings back to 0, and that is to press and hold the V button for about 5 seconds, like this. Now, some of you might think that I have just recalibrated my laser level, but you would be wrong. To properly calibrate a self-leveling laser level, you have to do a physical adjustment to the internal pendulum. I have a complete video tutorial on how to do this, so check out the link here to view that video. So what happened when I held down that V button? All I did here was reset the display to 0, but my laser level may still be out of calibration due to the internal pendulum being off-center, allowing it to prematurely hit internal bumpers in the unit and give erroneous readings of being level when in actuality the horizontal laser plane is tilted. To make this easier to understand, let me demonstrate by first placing a box on a level surface to simulate a room with a completely level floor. I then place the laser level inside the simulated room and turn it on. If the laser is accurately calibrated, it will emit a horizontal laser plane 360 degrees around the room, and both the x-axis and the y-axis will equal 0. Additionally, the height of the laser measured on each wall from the perfectly leveled floor will be exactly the same. A, B, C, and D are all the same height. Now, inside the laser level is a pendulum mounted in a 2-axis gimbal, which allows the pendulum to swing freely about its horizontal x and y axes. There are also internal bumpers that prevent the pendulum from swinging more than about 5 degrees radially in order to prevent damage to the delicate assembly. However, since the leveling compensation range is set to 3.5 degrees plus or minus 0.1 degree, there actually remains only about 1.5 degrees of correction before hitting one of the bumpers. Doing a long press on the V button could actually be detrimental and cause the laser level to display erroneous information. For example, let's assume you long press the V button with the laser level on a flat surface, but you're unaware that the surface is actually tilted 2 degrees. The laser level will display 0 for the x and y axes and the laser will be at true level, but in reality, the range of the x-axis has shifted and only provides 3 degrees of pendulum motion to the right side until it hits the internal bumper. This is not necessarily a problem yet because the laser is still able to self-level. But let's put the laser level on a tripod at a work site. As you probably know, getting a laser level to perfect level across the x and y axes is not easy. Try it if you don't believe me. That is why manufacturers allow for 3 to 4 degrees of pendulum swing so you don't have to be so precise in setting up your laser level. And an alarm tone will sound if you go beyond that range. For this Huepar laser level, the leveling compensation range is 3.5 degrees. In this example, we have placed the level on a tripod and the display shows x-axis is 3 degrees from level. However, the laser level is actually 5 degrees from level, but the alarm does not go off because you have reset the display and the alarm will not go off until it is 5.5 degrees tilted to the right and conversely 1.5 degrees of tilt to the left before the alarm will sound. But that's not the worst part. Because the bumper is located just 5 degrees from level, any movement greater than 5 degrees tilt will cause the bumper to contact the pendulum, preventing it from swinging freely, and it will no longer self-level. In this example, the display shows it is only tilted 3 degrees, so the alarm does not sound, and the laser is tilted 1/2 degree from level. That may not sound like much, but on a 5-meter wall, you would be 4.5 centimeters off level. So before you long press that V button, here is the proper way to check if it even requires it, and then how to correctly do it. First, make sure the laser is sitting on a perfectly level surface. Check the surface in all directions using a calibrated angle finder and/or a spirit level. Then, with the laser level on the perfectly level surface, turn it on and check to see if the x and y axes are reading 0. If not, then long press the V button to reset them back to factory setting of 0. One last thing I'll mention is that the x and y 0 axis setting is in reference to the base of the laser level. On the base are rubber pads, and if these get worn, then your x and y axes will probably not read 0. Well, I hope this tutorial helps you to better understand the function of the long press of the V button on Huepar laser levels. It does not recalibrate your laser level, but only resets the 0 settings of the X and Y axes. Chances are you will never have to adjust them, but more importantly, do not long press the V button unless your laser level is on a perfectly true and level flat surface. Thank you for watching, and please give a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you are not already a subscriber, please hit that bell.
To the